Hello everyone and welcome back to our videos. In the last video we talked about the air cooling system and we take two methods of them, the cylinder vents and the cowling. Today we will talk about baffles and deflectors. Only 15 to 30% of the total ram airflow approaching an airborne engine cowling enters the cowling to provide engine cooling. Baffles and deflectors are basically sheet metal panels installed between the cowling and the engine to block and redirect air to flow around the cylinder to provide effective cooling. As we see here, we have the inlet of the air. After that, we have the cylinder head baffle to cowl seal. Here we have the inter-cylinder baffles. This the lower cowl rubber seal. Here we have the aft vertical baffle. After that we have the rubber seal for prevent air to go outside. And here we have the deflector and redirect of the air inside the upper cowl. After the deflector and baffles, we have the cowl flaps. On some aircraft engines, the amount of cooling air that flows to the cowling through the use of cowl flaps. This the cowl flaps and it's located behind the engine. The cowl flaps are hinged door that are installed in the bottom rear of the cowling where the cooling air exists, and it's controlled from the cockpit manually or electrically or hydraulically. Note, it should be in full open position during all ground operation because the airflow is greatly reduced. While in flight, more air is forced into the cowling. This allowed to close and to eliminate drag. After we talked about the cowl flaps, now we will talk about the augmenter system. Augmenter tubes may be used in some aircraft to augment or increase the airflow through the cylinders, like the cowl flaps. Augmenter tube create a low pressure area by high velocity of the exhaust gases routed into a collector and discharged into the inlet of the stainless steel augmenter tube at the lower rear of the cowling in order to increase the airflow through the cylinder cooling vents. As we see in this figure, here we have the exhaust collector and this the augmenter tube. The last thing we will talk about is the blast tubes. Many engine installation use blast tubes to direct cooling air into inaccessible areas of an engine compartment. Blast tube basically a small pipe or duct that channels air from the main cooling air streams into heat sensitive components and engine accessory such as magneto or alternators and generators.